Hello, folks. This is the third part of the context analysis. In this video, we take a look at the industry analysis. So far, we have seen that in order to understand the context, we have to understand the megatrends, which are what is going on in the world that is affecting the way the customers behave. Then we take a look at the pestle analysis, which let us understand better how the news, the current events, everything that is going on now has an effect in our business, in our industry, and therefore in our profit. And finally, we take a look at the industry, which is a little bit taking a look at our neighborhood to understand what's going on in here. What are my neighbors like? And each of these six houses that we're going to explore will tell us if this neighbor improves the profit of the industry or actually damages the profit of the industry. To review, the goal of any business is to maximize profit now and in the future, ensuring the well-being of the stakeholders such as customers, collaborators, community, suppliers, and stockholders. How do we maximize profit? We maximize profit by doing these two things at the same time. By increasing the willingness to pay for a product or service and reducing the cost of manufacturing that product or service. So, if I want to sell something to you, it has to be of value to you. It has to be of so much value to you that you're willing to pay for that good or service. While at the same time, I'm increasing value to you, I am reducing the cost of manufacturing for me. So that spread between willingness to pay, your willingness to pay, and my cost is my profit. And I have to do that. That's part of my competitive advantage. I have to do that better than my competition. In order to maximize profit and understand how profit behaves, we must understand the context, specifically the industry analysis. So far, we have done the upper part of this graph, the external audit. We have done the megatrends and pestle analysis, and we're going to do the industry analysis now. At the bottom part is the internal audit, and that's where we look into the organization and understand what are the strengths and weaknesses that we have. The industry analysis has been called the Porter framework for a long time. It has also been called the Porter Five Forces for a long time. However, the new framework has a sixth force or a sixth element. It's not really a force, but it doesn't really matter if you call it force or an element. My interest is that you understand that it's no longer five, it's six elements that we're going to analyze. Anybody that is up to speed in industry analysis, in strategy, speaks of six elements, six forces, if you will. Okay? So don't forget that. Now, each of these forces have an impact on profit because each of these forces will affect either the willingness to pay of our customers or the costs. Okay? Some of them may affect both, some of them may affect only one, but at the end of the day, it affects profit. And what we're going to measure is what is the bargaining power of each of these forces. Okay? And as you're going to see in this table, every force has an impact on profit. And they have a root cause. For now, I do not want you to mind too much the root causes. That we'll do in another analysis, okay, in another video. For now, for our purposes, I want you just to focus on profit. I will tell you the root causes as we go one by one of the forces, but for now, we'll keep it at profit, okay? So if any of these forces have a big bargaining power on me, on the industry, on my organization, it means that it probably affects profit negatively. All of the old forces, which are industry competitors, potential entrants, suppliers, substitutes, and buyers, are the old forces, the original five. When these are high, they're bad for the industry. Does that mean that the industry is not profitable? No. It just means that there's a little hole where money goes away. Okay, so it makes us less profitable. Doesn't mean that it doesn't make us profitable. Okay, just a little bit less profitable. Complements, however, as we're going to see, behaves differently. If the force of complements is high, that actually increase complements. In the next video, I will discuss one by one each of the forces.